Hello, everybody. It is time for a little stretch out, yeah? We haven't done one of these deep stretch type classes in a while, so that's what we'll be doing today. Let's make things a little more cozy by grabbing your blanket and just unfolding it so that it's over top of your entire yoga mat. So, however you want to set that up for yourself, I think I'm going to fold mine in half so I have a little bit extra cushion. And have a bolster nearby. Might use it, maybe not. But now we've got a nice cozy space to really settle into. So with that, we will start seated in Sukasana with your comfortable leg in front. So however you just arrived, crossing through the legs. And you can just hang on to your front shin and feel yourself lean back just the tiniest bit so that your heart can lift upward. Now notice if your hips are really starting to hang on here, especially in the front side and the hip flexors. Just see if you can soften a bit by drawing your navel inward. Notice the shifted positioning of your hips. Your sit bones push straight down. Now reach your crown of your head upward. So it's like you're stretching out of your hips. Now we want to keep this beautiful length and just notice your hip flexors settle down a little bit here. Draw your navel inward on your next exhale and start to pull your chest forward. Let your elbows bend. Pull the chest straight forward. So your sternum is pulling ahead, maybe even of your hands, of your shins. And as you exhale, draw in the opposite direction. So start to round your spine. Draw the navel in, but don't roll back on the pelvis. Look down to your chest. We inhale, lead with your heart. Slide the sternum forward. Your elbows pull back. Your chest opens up. Exhale, navel draws in. We pull back through the back of the heart. Draw belly in a little more. Look down toward the chest. And one more time like that. Inhale. Pull the sternum forward, elbows back. Maybe you've got even a little bit more space here. And we'll exhale. Round the spine. Straighten the arms. And we'll come back up to neutral spine on the breath in. And on the breath out, just gently walk your hands forward. Maybe your elbows come down. Now, if this feels like a lot, this is where you could use your bolster underneath your arms as well. Otherwise, just let yourself soften here. Your head can relax down. If it's comfortable for you, you could stretch your arms forward, reach your hands forward, but you don't have to. Whatever you choose is great. Just make sure that you can feel your weight pushing down into your hips and not into your hands as much. Breathe in, breathe out. See if your head can relax just a tiny bit more. Perhaps drawing your chin inward to the throat just a little bit. And nice and easy, start to look forward. Take your time. Walk yourself up. Just sit nice and tall, breathing in and out. Notice the space in your spine. Breathe in, lean back just enough to switch out your legs. Sit tall. Grab onto your front shin. Draw your belly in. Notice the anchoring of your sit bones down into the ground. As you inhale, pull your sternum forward and your elbows back. No forcing the depth, just take your time. We exhale to round the spine, but remember we don't tilt back on the pelvis, so just pull back through the back of the heart and look down to your chest. Inhale, pull the sternum forward, elbows back. Maybe open up through the throat a little bit, and we exhale, start to round the spine. Allow the arms to straighten as we look down. Navel draws in, and one more like that. Pull the chest forward. Open up. And round the spine. Let the arms lengthen. Neutral spine as you inhale. And on the exhale, just walk the hands forward. Perhaps your elbows lower down, and again, you could lower onto a bolster if that's better for you. Keep the weight in your hips, optional to extend the arms. Your head could relax. So just go to the place that's mostly comfortable. Notice where you can soften through your hips. And nice and easy. Start to bring yourself up. And notice how tall you are in your seat here. And take your time. Lean back just enough to lengthen your legs out in front in dandasana staff pose. Flex your feet, spread your toes. Chest lifts up. And notice how tall you are here. Let's bring the hands behind us on the mat so the fingers point back, and let's stay straight through the arms. So now you could have your palms down or your fingertips down. I like fingertips because it helps me stay more active, but you do what's best for you. Lift the sternum up to the ceiling while you bring your chin into your throat. Crown of the head to the ceiling, look straight ahead. Breathe in and out. Spread your toes, breathe in. Breathe out. One more time, breathe in and out. Good, now stay strong in your exhale. Walk your hands a little closer in to help you fold forward. Get your belly toward your thighs. And then when you feel your belly on your thighs, your hips are secure in place, so your hands can easily float forward toward your legs or your feet. We have work happening all the time here. So work to spread your toes, work to draw your sternum forward, and work to contain your abdomen as your navel draws gently in to secure your hips down. So there's a lengthening sensation happening through the lumbar spine, and you can feel secure in the strengthening of your legs. Your quadriceps are engaged, your calves are engaged, your toes are spreading, your feet are gently flexed. All these things working together. Your arms are long and strong. Breathe in. As you breathe out, can you let your elbows bow out to the sides and fold forward? Look toward your shins. Inhale, straighten your arms, look forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, fold. Inhale, look forward. And fold, exhale. Inhale, slowly release and sit all the way up. Drag your heels in, open the knees, grab onto the ankles to find badda konasana, butterfly pose, cobbler's pose. Hands onto the ankles, draw the heels in and pull the elbows back. Again, that same idea of chest pulling forward as the elbows pull back. Pull your chin into your throat to feel length through the upper back all the way to the crown. Now from here, nice and easy, bring your right hand to your right knee, left hand to your left knee, so your elbows are bent. And draw your chest a bit forward and see about gently pressing the knees down. Let your feet open up like a book. So the big toes will not touch, just the pinky toes do. Now wherever you went, you found a new edge, right? So hold it. Press your feet together so you can easily release one hand and then the other down to the mat in front of you. Now this is another opportunity. Maybe you want your bolster to rest your elbows with some height, or maybe you'd like to have your elbows all the way down. Either way, your posture is not compromised. And the idea of your sternum pulling slightly forward is still happening. So it's not like a huge movement, but it's there. So continue to connect with that lengthening sensation from your sternum out to the crown of your head, and the grounding sensation from your heart all the way down to your hips. Breath in and out. Imagine your lungs getting nice and wide. And take your time to mindfully press yourself up. We'll close the legs together. Left leg extends in front, right knee stays bent, sole of foot on the mat, and just hug your right leg with your right arm and sit forward. So feel yourself rolling toward the middle of the left side sit bone, so you're not leaning back. Breathe in here, breathe out. And notice now that you've got that gentle lean forward, maybe you can slide your right arm inside the right leg and both hands reach for the left foot. Maybe you grab the ankle, you don't have to have the foot. Inhale, exhale. If your right shoulder is ahead of your right shin, you can wrap your right arm around your right leg, hand reaching for the outer right hip, And if that happens, your left hand can reach behind into a bind, finding marichyasana. So every step along the way is beautiful. Be in the space you need to. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the sternum pulling forward. So it's all the same mechanisms that we're working in these postures, just in slightly different ways. Keep that right leg nice and strong as well as the left one. Spread the toes. And take your time. If you had the bind, mindfully undo. We'll come all the way up. Right knee opens up, sole of foot to the left inner thigh. Janusirsasana, sitting tall on the breath in. Aligning the chest with the left leg and exhaling to fold over the left leg. Belly toward the thigh. Hands can come onto the foot, the leg, whatever you can do. But we find the same action of the sternum pulling forward. And once we feel the connection of belly and thigh, then maybe the head can relax down. Breath is in and out of the nose. And if you're folding forward, still think of the crown of your head reaching away from your shoulders, away from your hips. One more cycle of breath. And slowly bring yourself all the way up. Extend your right leg forward. Sit tall, dandasana staff pose with palms by your sides. Exhale, fold forward over both legs. Hands could stay behind or they could walk forward, up to you. Look down or look toward your toes. Whatever creates the best length in your body right now. 2 more cycles of breath here. And nice and easy. Release to sit yourself up. Drag the left heel in. Place the foot on the mat. Left arm hugs the left knee, and we sit nice and tall. Breathing in and out here. Find that same mechanism of rolling forward on the right sit bone. So feel the shift of your pelvis. That's going to activate your right quadricep more, and it's pulling your chest forward to create space now to bring left arm inside left leg. Maybe you can reach for the foot or the ankle. Keep the pressure of the left foot nice and even with the leg hugging into the arm. If the shoulder is ahead of the shin, the left arm can wrap around the left leg, bringing the hand to the outer left hip, and the right hand can work behind in a bind, finding your marichyasana on this side. So there's a whole push-pull action happening the whole time here, and it's to help keep you rolling to the front of that right side sit bone. That's helping your pelvis stay in place, keeping the activation through the legs. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice the more balance you can find between being active and being relaxed allows you to explore the posture for more. Take your time, nice and easy. Undo from where you've gone so you can sit up and let the left knee fall out to the left. Sitting tall, setting up for janusirsasana here, aligning the chest with the right side shin. You could start with your hands behind if that feels better for you. Folding forward, belly comes down to the thigh. If and when it becomes available, hands can come forward around the right ankle or heel, whatever you got. And maybe you bring your forehead toward the right shin. Breath in and out. And nice and easy. Start to undo. Bringing yourself all the way up. Bring your right foot in to meet your left. Nice and tall here. Breath in. And fold forward. Breath out. Let your upper body soften. Let your head relax. And nice and easy, we'll come all the way back up. Now, come to face the long edge of your mat with the legs nice and wide. Now, we've done a lot of stuff to open through the hips, but you may discover that you want to have your knees bent or that you want to sit on your bolster or block here. You might want your bolster nearby. We'll sit nice and tall on the breath in. And on the breath out, just a nice, easy fold forward, maybe just like halfway. And pause here. And we'll be working our wide-legged position for some time. So you'll have lots of opportunity to dig into the spaces that you want to reach. So just be patient with the process. Check in with yourself, make sure all 10 toes are facing up, shins, knees, and thighs are facing up. Hips are facing down. Maybe you lower yourself a tiny bit more. Perhaps forearms to the floor, but maybe not. Don't force it. Couple more cycles of breath here. And then take your time, just walk yourself up and rotate your chest to the right. So your chest is facing your right shin. Ooh, I got a nice adjustment on that one. So hopefully you'll get lots of lovely little adjustments as we continue through this process. Start to slowly just fold over your right leg. Keep your hips anchored down. And you may be noticing like rumbles in the stomach and that sort of thing as the body starts to shift into a more rest digest state. We're releasing all sorts of deep tension today, but in a slow, methodical way. Breathe in and breathe out. opportunity here, but no pressure. If you want to bring your left hand outside your right shin, you can walk your right hand back in tiny steps to give yourself just a tiny bit more of a twist. Breathe. And then nice and easy, start to bring yourself back. Move slow. Walk yourself through center with a tall spine and rotate to the left. Chest faces the left leg, and we slowly fold over the left leg, keeping your chest aligned, pressing the palms into the mat to help your sternum work to the toes while still anchoring your right sit bone down. Feel that nice big opening around the outer right hip. And no pressure, but you might want to slide your right hand outside your left shin. And the left hand could just walk back a tiny bit to give you a little bit of a deeper twist. But again, nothing you're forcing, just breathing and stretching. Spread your toes. Breathe with ease. Slowly make your way back to center. And fold forward. Pull your sternum forward. So lead with your heart. Find that same action. And notice how much more space you get by pulling your heart forward. We'll hang out here for just a little bit of time. A few more cycles of breath. Notice any spaces of tension in the hips or the legs, and visualize that tension moving out through the soles of your feet as you exhale. Relax your jaw. And take your time. Slowly start to walk yourself up. Lean back just the tiniest bit as you bring your hands to your inner knees and draw the soles of the feet together. Once again, badda konasana, bring your hands to your knees, draw the knees toward the ground. Hang out here, draw your sternum forward, and find a gentle fold. Hands could eventually work down to the ground in front of you, but maybe not. You see what's more comfortable for you. And then inhale, we'll come all the way up. Close through the knees. Then just turn to the top of your mat to come into a table pose. And bring your right foot forward in a lunge. Now, you might choose to use your bolster here. You might not. We're working into Hanumanasana or split pose. So you don't have to go all the way in, right? You can stay here and work pulling your hips back, shining your right toes up, and then coming back into a lunge, maybe walking your back knee back, and then trying the whole thing again, lengthening the leg, and maybe you slide the heel forward, and then you pull the heel in, rock back into a little lunge, and then go again and try your split. So you can work here to whatever edge you want to. We will find some stillness at some point for a few cycles of breath. Be kind with yourself, with whatever opens up for you today. Take your time. We've got 2 more cycles of breath. Can you feel your heart open up? Can you feel your toes spread? Remember, move through your posture if you need to today. Do what is feeling best. Take your time. As you inhale, you'll slide your hips back so that your front leg can slide in. You'll bend into front knee. You've returned to a lunge. Inch your back leg in until you can easily come back to table. Left foot comes forward. So again, like, you can do this however you want to in your practice. I like to take my time to get in. So I started a nice 90-90 lunge, work the hips back, lengthen the front leg, shine the toes, bend back into lunge, inch my back leg back so I start to open hip flexors more, and then I'll pull my hips back again, lengthening the left leg, maybe sliding it a little bit forward, and then pulling it back. Bending into the knee again, dipping into the hips, lengthening the front leg, and maybe sliding it forward. On this side, I need to do that one more time, right? So you listen to your body with what feels best, but whenever you do come into your split, whatever part of the variation you're doing today, enjoy it for a few cycles of breath and work the idea of your chest lifting up and out, your right quadricep faces down, your spine is long, you're supported with your arms so that you can maintain that beautiful connection in your legs. Isn't it so wonderful? Beautiful deep stretches. You're so long and strong. And take your time. We lift the hips to slide them back. The front leg comes in for the ride. Bend into front knee. Scoot your back knee in. Return to table. And then from here, let's grab the bolster and just lay it across the mat widthwise. Then we'll come into sphinx pose with the bolster underneath the chest. So the elbows are in front of the bolster or ahead. Palms are down. We've got all this great support. So your quadriceps, just align them on the mat so they're facing straight down, and untuck your toes. Double check your elbows are under your shoulders, and kind of like pull your elbows back in space so you really cinch that bolster underneath you. I guess it depends on how big your bolster is though too. So from here, take a bow, just like halfway down. And pause here. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bow. And inhale up. 3 more times. Exhale, bow. So let it be a nice smooth movement. You're not just moving your head, you're moving your entire spine, and you're pulling your elbows into your bolster. We inhale up. Feel the shoulder blades slide down on the back. We exhale. Just a nice, easy bow. Imagine someone's pulling the crown of your head away from you the entire time. Inhale, we come up. Your pubic bone is anchored down into the ground as your elbows pull back. We exhale to bow down. And inhale up. As you exhale, look over your right shoulder, bend your right knee. See if you can find your foot. Inhale, look forward, lengthen leg down. Exhale, left side, bend the knee, look back behind, and look forward, breath in. Back to the right, breath out. And center. To the left. Center. And right. Center. And left. Center. Bow forward. And come up neutral. So from here, just kind of wiggle your way over onto your right side so that your ribs are on the bolster. Your right elbow can come down and let your head relax down, just hugging your right hand behind your head. And you're over to the side of your yoga mat. The left hand comes behind the head. Elbows can stay bent, knees are bent. Start to spin your left knee to the ceiling, your left elbow, you roll to center. Your elbows could hug or they could flop open if you feel open doing this, and then just roll over to the right. So we're trying to keep the bolster up nice and high so that we can really get the thoracic spine. And then we'll roll back to center, then to the right. So your knees guide the way, and you might have to wiggle around a couple times to get the right positioning, but just keep going between the sides. Enjoying that really nice massage for the whole thoracic area. We do get into the lymphatic system though as well doing this stuff. And we've already got into the inguinal lymph nodes in the hips. So no rush at all. But the next time you come to center from the left, then let that just be the end of that section and pause with your chest facing the ceiling. And see if you can let your hands release from underneath your head. If it feels like too much on your neck, then just skip it. But if you can, enjoy that big opening of your chest and the lengthening of your spine. Now from here, walk your feet a little closer to your hips and start to push your feet down. So now you're going to feel the weight slide toward your shoulders more, and you can inch your bolster down with your arms and get it down underneath your hips. And let your hips settle onto your bolster. Shoulder blades, flatten them underneath you. Arms, get them down by your sides, forearms on top of your bolster, knees pull in and over the hips. Press your arms into your bolster as knees pull into chest, legs extend, come into plow pose. Press your arms into your bolster. Don't try to force too much in this posture. We'll get in a few times. Nice and easy with control. Lower your hips onto the bolster. Knees bend. Toes slowly tap down to the ground. Good. Knees pull in. Make sure shoulder blades are tucked. Use the momentum. Find your way up. Maybe hands come to the low back on this one. And just notice that positioning. It's all right there. Arms back onto the bolster. Slowly, with control, roll yourself down. Let the knees bend and just tap the toes onto the ground. And then one more time. Come all the way back to plow, nice and smooth. Hands to the back. And we'll stay for a while. Think of walking your hands toward your shoulder blades. This will help get your hips stacked over your shoulders more. There's no weight on your neck. Try to straighten your legs. Inner edges of the feet touch. And if available, you can come up into Salamba Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. Progressively walking your hands up your back will make shoulder stand more accessible, so toward your shoulder blades. This is fantastic for the lymphatic system. It's great for the thyroid, thymus gland as well. Breathe. And just continue to do the work of trying to get your body in one straight line here. Not that it all has to happen today, it doesn't. Few more cycles of breath, you got it. You start to move into plow pose with control. Your toes move toward the ground. You can bring your arms to your bolster. Slowly let yourself roll onto your bolster. And then just keep the legs up into the sky with the support under your hips. Breath in and out. Enjoying all the benefits of viparita karani. And if you'd like to, you could bring your hands to your shins and just kind of tilt your shins toward you a bit here, and it should feel really comfortable. And just pause and breathe. Notice everything softening here. Then take your time. Let the knees start to bend. Gently relax your arms. Tap your toes down onto the ground. Press your heels down. Lift your hips up so you can slide your bolster out from underneath you. Hips come all the way flat down on the mat. Shoulder blades are flat. Your arms could be in a cactus position here, or even just kind of overhead if that's comfortable. Cross your right thigh over your left and let your knees fall to the right just easily. We're going to be doing some motion here, so just let the knees easily fall and come through center. And then they gently go to the left. So pay attention to what's happening across the back of your hips here. And now we'll just go back and forth between the sides nice and easy, but bring your neck into the play as well. So let yourself look to the left as the knees pull right. And everything gathers back to center. And the knees go to the left and you look to the right. Your shoulder blades stay flat the whole time as you continue to go back and forth a few times. Eventually come back to center. Undo the legs. Do the other side. So left thigh crosses over right. And we first just let the knees fall to the left. And then through center. And to the right. And then keep doing that, but again, you can involve the neck now. And pay attention again, what's happening on the back of your hips. How smooth is the action there? And you can tell by how smooth the connection is through the movement. So no part of this movement should feel like fast or like it's jerking around or rigid. The whole thing is smooth. You don't have to think about moving your head and neck because it's an automatic thing for the body when we settle into the movement. Nice and easy. Bring yourself back to center. Undo through the legs. Now we'll move through a big, beautiful round of our tummo breathing, our Tibetan breath of fire, and we'll move into Shavasana right after that. So if you have anything that you'd like to cozy up with for Shavasana, get yourself ready. Otherwise, let's begin with the breath, all the way in through the mouth. And out. And in. Let it go. And in. Let it go. Keep going. Soften as you exhale. Expand as you inhale. What are you welcoming in? What are you letting go of? Notice your belly. Long neck. Long spine. Focus on your third eye. Lengthen your legs down. Keep going. Last 3. 2. Last one in. All the way out. Hold. Feel your body soften and sink. Relax your forehead, your cheeks, your jaw. Soften through the back of the head and the neck, across the backs of the shoulders. Relax your right arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, palm, fingers. Relax left side arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, palm, fingers. Relax the chest. Relax the waist. Soften through your right hip, upper leg, knee, calf, ankle, sole of foot, right side toes. Relax through left side, quadricep, knee, calf, ankle, sole of foot, left toes. Relax the right side of your body. Relax the left side of your body. Feel the entire body relax together. Feel the entire body soften in stillness, in space. Enjoy a nice full inhale as you stretch and reach through your body. And relax. Drag your heels along the mat to pull knees toward chest and just circle with your knees, squeezing them together. Cross right ankle over left. Nice, easy circles. Cross left ankle over right. Reverse your circles. Maybe adjust your head and neck. Cross right ankle over left. Uncross the ankles. And nice and easy. Come to stillness. Turn to the right. Press yourself up into a lovely seated position. Sitting nice and tall. We'll bring palms to heart center. Notice how tall you are and all of that beautiful inner space you've created and that connection to your center. Notice the stillness of your mind. Let's draw a complete breath in of loving gratitude into ourselves and a full breath out of loving gratitude for everyone else. Thank you for our practice today. Namaste. And I sure hope you feel wonderfully stretched out. I can definitely tell that my body's in a rest and digest state. I feel a little bit chilly now. But yes, let me know how it went for you in the comments. I hope you feel just wonderful in all those spaces that we dove into today. Sending you a lot of love. Thanks for being here. Much appreciated.